great presentation from PGI. So, as Pet has given a couple of ideas about what we did together with PGI with respect to the mobile-first conferencing experience, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about how BICS has a vision of business voice transformation when there is a technology evolution that is happening in the industry. So we all know that we have moved from 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 4.5, 5 plus G. So how is it going to impact the business user experience? The industry talks a lot about consumer experience. We have a lot of applications that are dedicated for the consumer communications. But what about the business user experience? Is it going to be enhanced? How are they going to have the mobility capabilities in the future? So give you a brief introduction about BICS. BICS is a global communication carrier. We are one of the top wholesale voice carriers and a leader in mobility enablement across the globe. So it's an international voice carrier, as well as we also enable mobile services, the roaming capabilities across mobile networks. We have around 1,000 plus customers, mobile customers, fixed, MVNOs, digital providers for our services portfolio, which is messaging, voice, roaming, data connectivity, fraud, authentication services. To give you an idea about who are our customers, well, you can see there, mobile customers, of course, mobile operators, AT&T, Vodafone, Airtel, and we also enable the new digital providers, Facebook, Google, Skype, etc. So we have around 26 billion minutes that we carry, international minutes worldwide. So how do we see the workplace evolution? Well, before the adoption of cloud happened, we all had a workplace like this. I'm sure you all remember this, right? We have a lot of files on our desks, we had a landline, and we had a screen in front of us. But what happened in the next 10 years that we had? Well, I'm sure you all would love to do conferencing and work at the beach, and I'm sure the millennials would love to do that, right? So this is what should be our target in the future. How can we provide best working conditions and best work experience with mobility and flexibility that is the need for the new generation? So I'm going to speak about the adoption of the cloud ecosystem, which is leading to the changing work environment. First of all, migration to all IP. All the organizations used to have a PBX system in their premises. That was the public telephony system, the private and the fixed line. Now they have moved it to voice over IP. On top of that, the businesses, because of the globalization impact, they have gone multinational. You have offices in New York, London, Paris, Shanghai, in Bangalore or Mumbai. So they need these offices to be interconnected, and they would like to cater to the customers there locally as well. There is also an increasing need of collaboration and bring your own device by the employees of the organizations. They would like to collaborate among themselves to have greater productivity and efficiency. So this is all driving towards an adoption of cloud ecosystem. The ICT and the telecommunications are converging together, and this is helping in the digital transformation of businesses, which is the must-have, and it is the fourth wave of industrial evolution. Every business is going through the digital transformation today. How do we see what the analysts say about the cloud adoption and the digital transformation that is going to happen? Well, by 2020, it is said that 250 billion of businesses will have the cloud economy. And there, the unified communications and collaborations, conferencing services, the cloud PBX, cloud platform as a service, is approximately 110 plus billion for 2020. And there we count about 100 billion minutes that we see today in the conferencing calls will also be enabled by the cloud infrastructure. So these are the figures that we see in the industry, which is forecasted by the analysts. But is it going to bring a drastic change in the transformation of business communications? Well, if you look at the picture there, you have the partners, the suppliers, the customer. It is a very complex ecosystem nowadays where they are spanned across the geographies. And you would like to have a collaboration with them, which is quite critical nowadays. And you would like to serve your customers 24/7. How can this be possible? Who would help you in doing that? So there could be a global connectivity layer that can be enabled by the IPX. IPX is the Internet Packet Exchange providers, a layer which is provided by the wholesale carriers in the industry like BICS. Also, you can have built-in connectivity which can be enabled for your customers and also your employees so that they are connected to each other 24/7. They have the flexibility, mobility, and of course they are also having the collaboration at the same time. And this can be enabled by the Internet of Things, where you can embed the SIMs, which could be a SIM which can be used in the mobile devices, or a chip in your laptop or in your iPad or in any device that you would like to use for your collaboration. So this is all that can be enabled by the infrastructure layer provider, and then on top of that, the businesses can use these capabilities to have the digital transformation, flexibility, and productivity. So as we see there's a change in the face of business voice, and this is what PGI and BICS work together on. We have launched the first ever voice over LTE high definition audio conferencing experience. And in that scenario, as Pat has already presented to you, that we worked as a global communication voice over LTE hub between the mobile network operators and PGI there. And these operators are either voice over LTE enabled 4G operators, or it could be a 3G operator or a Wi-Fi enabled platform. And there, BICS Voice over LTE Hub acts as a back-to-back user agent in order to take care of the complexity between the different IMS infrastructure, which is lying at the mobile network operators and the PGI audio conferencing bridge. We can also enable to have the breakout capabilities. For example, if one of the network is not voice over LTE enabled, in that case, we can even make it high definition and pass it to the PGI bridge. So the capabilities lie in the voice over LTE hub, which is on top of the BICS IPX exchange, the BICS cloud of IPX, which lies across the globe. So voice over LTE, of course, I'm sure that you are aware of it, that it is one of the best voice quality that can be enabled with the high definition codecs G722.2 or G722. It is accessible on all technologies. You can use it over Wi-Fi. It can be used over 3G, which is called high definition voice. And it offers MNOs to leverage their 4G investments. So MNOs have spent tremendous amount of money on upgrading their infrastructure to provide better capabilities and fast data services to the end users. With the help of voice over LTE, they can have revenue retention, they can increase their voice services towards the community. And also, the platform as voice over LTE also offers you the ubiquity and global interoperability. You are not living in a cloud, or you are not living in a one application itself. You can have global interoperability across mobile network operators for the consumers and also for the business users. So we believe businesses today, they need tools for the effective communications between their peers, partners, and suppliers. And definitely need 24/7 service availability, communication and connectivity, and omni-channel strategy. So they would like to get in touch with their partners and their suppliers 24/7 with their presence capabilities also, and they would like to use voice, messaging, USSD, or the mail services. And there, as a cloud provider and the API provider, we believe that users can have the best of experience if the application programming interface, the APIs, can help to scale the APIs can scale the network. They can make the network elastic so that you can use the elasticity of the network based on your requirement. You can also use the cloud numbers so that you can provide the services to the customers in the specific region acting local. You can be a global company, but you can still act local there. There could be the use of authentication services in order to avoid the fraud or the spam that could happen towards the end users. And nowadays we see and we all experience a conversational commerce that is ongoing in the industry. We all receive messages for our flight schedule, for our hotel booking, etc. So this is all that is possible via the messaging APIs that the businesses can use for their digital transformation to be in constant touch with the end user. And voice APIs, well, I'm sure you all are aware of it, that this year is considered to be one of the best years for the voice-enabled services. You have devices like Alexa and others which are voice prompt. You can use them with your voice and they can give you an answer on that. So any application can have voice embedded in it with the help of voice and WebRTC API, which is the technology used for the browsers or the applications to use the voice services. So definitely 7 billion mobile adoptions that we have seen in the industry. 80% of the companies say that they would like to have the mobile as part of their strategy. Some of them are only going for mobile as their strategy and not even going on the web browser to take care of it. And it will act as one of the key differentiators for the enterprises to have their products in the market. So at the end, how do we see the next generation conferencing experience? Can one of you think about it? You must have been in the Mobile World Congress for 3 days and you have roamed around. What is the next thing? Well, the meeting rooms will look like this. There will nobody who will be sitting in the meeting room for the conferencing experience. And all of us would be on the road with our VR glasses and having our meeting experience, which is a 3-dimensional meeting, and we can see each other on that. So that's the vision, and that is going to happen maybe in next 5 years if we see AI progressing well. Thank you.